The Moonvalley AI video generator is way better than what I expected. It's got the best prompt understanding compared to any other video AIs I've seen, and generates the best human motions that really impressed me. It's also free and easy to use. In this video, we'll compare Moonvalley AI to other state-of-the-art AI video generators like Pika Labs and Runway-Gen2. I'll show you how to get started with generating your own videos, and we'll look at the incredible types of videos that are possible. But first, let's do a prompt comparison between Moonvalley AI and other video AI generators so you understand why I'm so impressed with it. We'll start with a prompt of a man walking in a multiverse. We can see him from behind as he's walking among moving planets. Use mostly dark colors like black, purple, and blue. It should be cinematic and ultra realistic. Here's the result. Every part of the prompt is covered. The camera is behind the subject, there are planets, and the colors are matching the dark purples and blues we asked for. Most importantly though, there's a clearly recognizable walking motion. The background stays consistent and there's no warping or distortion. It's what I expect Doctor Strange's day to look like. Compare it to Pika Labs on the right, and the video and motion is way better from Moonvalley. To be fair to Pika, I rewrote each prompt 5 times and selected the best ones. Pika struggles without image references if you're only entering a text prompt. While Pika more or less follows our prompt, the video doesn't look very enticing nor realistic. What about Runway? The contents of the video actually look pretty good. There's a man facing away from us surrounded by purple planets. But there isn't any walking motion, the camera just zooms in. I haven't seen any other AI be able to reproduce a coherent, realistic walking motion as good as Moonvalley yet. Next up is a prompt, piano player on stage, dolly shot. Moonvalley's video is almost perfect. Now it doesn't quite get the dolly shot part down, which is a slow zooming camera shot, and there's a shaky camera effect instead. But the piano playing motion is super accurate. The fingers and piano keys distort a bit if you look closely, but other than that, the arms, head, neck, and torso all look physically correct and move in unison. You even see her swapping her arms while playing, which is a nice detail. Pika Labs again has the right idea, but the execution just isn't as good. The hands look really distorted, and the warping on the piano keys is super obvious. The video also isn't as dynamic or sharp. Runway's camera motion looks pretty good actually, and it rotates around the piano. The silhouette of the pianist himself warps and has a distorted face, which is super common from my experiments with Runway. The speed and accuracy of the arm and hand motion, combined in unison with head and body in the Moonvalley video, is really in a class of its own. Here's a more complicated prompt. I won't read the whole thing because it's too long. The general idea is a couple of animated ghost figurines rendered in game engine style. I legitimately can't believe how good this Moonvalley AI generated video is. It's crazy how far AI video has come from just a couple months ago. Look at the lighting and facial expressions. The dynamic movement in the eyes of the figurines is especially impressive. You can see the eyes shift towards each other and then back away. Pika does an okay job with the shapes of the figurines, but the motion just isn't there. The video is nowhere near as dynamic. Runway's animated shapes are comparable to Moonvalley, but the movement is not even close. It just doesn't even seem like a fair comparison, but Moonvalley's motions are really just that good. One more test, this time with a prompt for 2 human subjects. Cute couple in love, man playing guitar. The man and the woman's faces and bodies don't become merged together. There's dynamic camera movement. The faces stay incredibly consistent, even when turning to face each other. The fingers on the guitar could be better though. Distorted fingers and hands do occur in Moonvalley AI, just like other generators. Here's the best I could do with Pika. Maybe the video content could be better if I used a reference image, but the motions of the heads won't be able to match what Moonvalley is capable of. Runway's is better than what Pika produced, but the woman's face is distorted, and she's holding a half-morphed guitar thing. It looks like Runway got confused by the prompt a bit. I tried a few other times, but the man and the woman gets merged into each other. Now that you've seen what Moonvalley is capable of, let's get into how to use the AI to generate videos of your own. Navigate to moonvalley.ai. Check the description for links. Select Try the Beta, which sends you an invite to their Discord server for free. Once you're inside, you'll see a bunch of chat rooms on the left side. Scroll down to the chat rooms that start with new-moon. Inside these chat rooms is where the videos are generated. Right now there are 6, they may add more later. I prefer the lower chat rooms since there tends to be less people in them, so I'll use New Moon 4. Once inside, you can scroll around and find generations by other people. Some of them are pretty impressive. I definitely recommend seeing what other people are up to get an idea of what to prompt for and what videos are possible. To start prompting, type /create into the direct message and press space, which brings up the prompting interface. It'll ask you for the prompt, style, video duration, and gives a few other options. For the prompt, I'll ask for a woman with dark hair and brown skin wearing a blue dress, dancing. Clicking on the styles box brings up different possible styles you can generate. Let's stick to realism for now. Click on duration to bring up options for the video length. For each video length, it shows you the wait times. This is not necessarily accurate. Sometimes the video finishes way faster than the listed wait times. Short videos are 1 second long. Medium is 3 seconds, and long is 5 seconds. I'll go with long. If you click on +2 more, there are options of negative and seed. Select negative, and we can enter negative keywords that we want the model to avoid, such as blurry, deformed, disfigured, etc. I'll need to experiment with this some more to see how effective it actually is. You can also set the seed. I wouldn't worry about that for now, as it's more of an advanced feature. When you're satisfied with your prompt, press enter and let the AI model do its thing. One issue with these large chat rooms is that there are so many people and it's hard to find your videos. To remedy this, click on Inbox in the top right of Discord and select the Mentions tab. From there, you can see when the Moonvalley chatbot messages you with your generated videos. Here's our dancer video. Let's download it. Around the 4-second mark, you can see some distortion, but everything before that looks amazingly good for AI video without any image reference. The motion's super dynamic, the face is consistent, and the arms and torso look correct. Here's another version of the video generated using our prompt. Let's take a look at the other styles possible in Moonvalley. Now, I think realism is Moonvalley's best style, but there's a few other ones that are definitely worth trying. The comic book style does have the superhero comic book look when looking at the line art. I don't understand these colors though. It's some combination of neon with a lot of pinks and blues. I'm not sure where they even got the training data to produce this color palette. The background is also doing too much for me. I like the way the line art looks, but really just can't get over these weird colors. Let me know if you agree that these colors need to be reworked. Fantasy style is a more mature Western comic book style. It kind of reminds me of Diablo. Pretty good overall, although I haven't seen that many people prompting with this style. The anime style has a general aesthetic down. The eyes and hair do have the anime look. If you've watched a lot of anime like me, this probably reminds you of anime from the 2000s or art from Nintendo games. It is kind of generic, but I think getting anime video data might be challenging due to copyright issues and all that. The 3D animation style from Moonvalley is really extremely impressive. I like the realism better, but I can see a lot of people loving this style. The motions and lighting look very high quality. The videos look like they came straight out of an Unreal Engine cinematic. This puppy walking was one of my favorites. Look at the walking motion and the consistency of patterns on his fur. Here's a few more things to note. Right now, the only possible aspect ratio is 16:9. I'm sure they'll add more options later. You can always crop your videos to smaller sizes if you need. The resolution is 1184 by 672 pixels, which is larger than Pika Labs, but smaller than Runway's upscaled video model. One of the key limitations to Moonvalley AI is that you can't use reference images to generate videos. You can already get extremely impressive results using just text to video. But I think if they adding image to video generation and manage to keep the same quality of human motion generation and background consistency, it'll become the best AI video generator out there. Of course, being an AI video generator, it still makes some mistakes. Moonvalley generally has better human anatomy than its competitors, but still has errors like this man who has 2 arms growing out of the same elbow socket. Here's a girl drinking a beer. It's so close to being perfect, but those AI fingers unfortunately show up. Hand anatomy is just as challenging for AI video as AI images. I'm really glad to see more legitimate competition in the AI video space. Moonvalley just raised the bar in terms of human motion generation and prompt understanding, and will force the other platforms to step up their game. Here's a few more video examples that I thought were particularly noteworthy. A man and a woman are walking side by side. The motions for both the man and woman are clear, and they do not merge together at all. I can't stress enough how getting clean, believable motions for two subjects interacting with each other is really hard to do. We have a dancer here. I know the shadow looks pretty weird, but the amount of motion is insane. The shoulders and hips have alignment that makes sense, the arms and legs move in a believable manner. I don't think I've seen any other AI produce something like this. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on Moonvalley to see what else they come up with.